You may remember a little while back, I upgraded this MTH 44 tonner with Blu-rail and a battery. I put the Blu-rail card and the battery and the transfer caboose. I left the PS3 guts in the engine and just flipped the switch from DCS to DCC. Now, until just recently, if you wanted Bluetooth train control and sound, you'd have to buy both of these products. But now, Blu-rail and Soundtracks have combined their efforts to create Blunami. I decided to take out the PS3 electronics from the 44 tonner and replace it with a Blunami card. Now, the Blunami version I'm using is the 2200 and is really meant for HO or even S scale. But this 44 tonner is small enough that this card will work. And the true O scale Blunami is scheduled to come out early in 2023. Wiring is fairly simple. 2 wires for your motor and up to 6 different lighting outputs. I did have to replace the MTH 4 ohm speaker with this Soundtrack's 8 ohm speaker. Originally, I thought this was going to be a downgrade, but I think when you hear the sounds, you'll agree it sounds pretty darn good. What's really cool is the Blunami app will run the old Blu-rail card with the Soundtrack sound decoder, and the new Blunami card that has all the sounds built in. And you can run them right here on the Blunami app. When you go into the standard mode, you can see F7 4271. That's the Blu-rail board with the Soundtracks card, and Chessie 44 ton. This one here is the actual Blunami card that I showed you how I installed. And while everything appears to be the same on the operating side, things get a little different when you go into the settings. You know, if you're used to DCC, this is not going to be a problem for you. But if you're new to DCC, it could be somewhat confusing with these CV settings. So with the F7 and the old Blu-rail board, you would have to go in and make all your changes to these CVs. And you may or you may not know what some of these CVs are, and there's 256 of them, and that's just in this page. And so you'd have to know what CV you wanted to change and scroll down and make your change. So for instance, let's see if I can remember where the bell was. Yeah, I can't even remember where the bell was. Air horn select. So there's the air horn select, and if I want to just test it right there it is. That's what's set up for that engine. And if I want to change that, I can go ahead and change that to some other number. Let's try 12. So we've changed it. And we go back, I like 33, we're going back to 33. But now On the Blunami side, when you're using a Blunami card in the Blunami app, let's go to the 44 ton, it's a little easier. You can get right in here to sounds, lights, speed, and then if you really want to go the old-fashioned way with CV settings, you can. So I can go right in here to sound settings, and I can make all my volume, reverb, pitch, my horn, and it tells me what kind of horn I've selected, which is really nice. So if I go ahead and here select, I can just go through this list and select the type of horn I want. Whereas in the other engine with the Blue Rail card, I had to select a number, and I had no idea what that number was compared to these horns. So a really nice upgrade when you actually buy the Blunami card to use with the Blunami app right here. And of course, you can test it, and if you want to change it from the K5, let's change it to the K3. It'll change. If you want to go drastically different, we can go to something different. Let's go to the Leslie. So I like this interface a lot better. Of course, that's just for sounds. And you've got bell and air compressor and coupler and a whole bunch of different things to select in here where you can play with the sounds. And even other sounds, other settings. So that's the nice thing about the Blunami app and the Blunami card. Same things with lights. If you want to change your light settings, you can do that here and have them operate in certain different ways. Something that you don't really have a whole lot of intuitiveness or a whole lot of control with using the Blue Rail board and the CV settings. So you almost have to be your regular DCC expert to understand this and how to understand all these different CVs and scroll through them. And it can be challenging. So that's why I put the Blunami card in this 44 tonner. I'm really happy with it. I love the sounds. I think it sounds so much better than the MTH sounds. And I can't wait until the true O-scale board comes out here in 2023. And Blue Rail is also working on an Android app. So if you are not fond of iOS, I'm using an iPad right now. You can use iPhone. An Android app is coming, and so that'll be really cool as well. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.